Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good night. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're going to be talking about some signs that you are on the right track. Everybody always wants to know if they're on the right track, if they're doing the right thing, if they're on the right course. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be starting a new book in the book club next week. So make sure you tap in at Enlightened Reads on Instagram to get into it. Also, you can get in touch with my business coaching at Fruitful You Coaching on Instagram. You can check down below in the description box to book sessions with me, content sessions, mentorships, whatever the case may be. I'm available for everything, honey. Releasing sessions, even the solo tarot classes are still available. So check down below in the description box to get connected with me, shop with me, all that and then some. As always, I want you guys to know how to connect with me, so check down below to get into it. Now, let's get into today's video. So I kind of wanted to start this video off with like a little disclaimer, and while I was coming up with the disclaimer, I really got to read from up above. So I'm going to give you guys this read/disclaimer. If you clicked on this video because you're looking for confirmation that you're on the right track, and you are always looking for confirmation that you're on the right track, you can never trust that you're on the right track, even if God sends you sign after sign after sign after sign, even after this video, you're still going to be doubting if you're on the right track, then you don't even need to be worried about being on the track. Seriously, you might need to just get off the track and get your mind right. Because if you are on your journey and you're not able to encourage yourself or remind yourself that you're on the right track, then you're not on the right track. You're not even on the track, because the track of life and the journey of life and us being on our purpose. And I think when people say, am I on track? People are asking, am I doing the right thing? Am I making mistakes? Am I going towards my purpose? Or am I going into a different direction? At the finish line, will I get what I'm supposed to get if I keep doing what I'm doing right now? And that might be true right now, but you can't keep doing the same things that you're doing today and still be on track 5 or 6 or 7 years from now, or even 5 months from now, or even 5 days, So the whole idea that being on track means, just always being right where you need to be, that is the truth. But the also truth is that we're always right where we need to be. And unless you're able to recognize that, then you're never gonna be in that moment, So when you're not feeling like you're on track, you're always thinking about how you can change. You're always thinking about what you can do better. You're also always thinking way, way, way into the future, analyzing where you wanna be and analyzing where you are right now. And that takes all of the power, all of the magic, all of the control out of your hands. When you say, I know I'm on the right track, whether you're having a good day, a bad day, whether you lose a job, whether you make the money, whether whatever, you're always going to be on the right track. Being on the right track is about being in a space of mind. So if you are always looking for signs and you can never find enough signs, it can never be enough confirmation for you, then you may want to get off the track and deal with your doubt, because your doubt is never going to go away. It's going to keep popping up and popping up and popping up until you deal with it once and for all. So also, something else that I had down is a lot of times in life we have these crossroads, right? And we're trying to see, okay, should I do this or do this? And then when we make that decision, we're looking for signs that we made that decision. But a crossroad or a decision or a path that you have to make, it's not necessarily going to be the end path for you. Like this path is going to take you to another crossroads and another crossroads and another crossroads. So you cannot spend that moment completely flooded in doubt and fear and confusion and anxiety and insecurity, because if you do that, then it really won't ever matter what space you have to be in, because you'll never be settled. You'll never be settled. And being on the right track is about a state of mind. It's about a state of peace. It's about knowing and having faith and having hope and believing no matter what things look like. And when you really, 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 really feel that, you're on the right track because you can feel it in your bones. And that's really the only difference between somebody that's on the right track and somebody that's not. Because I knew I was on the right track when I was in cosmetology school, but I'm not doing hair. I knew I was on the right track when I was in college, but I didn't finish college and take a, traditional route. I knew I was on the right track when I was doing beauty content on YouTube, but that's not even what I do anymore. So you being on the right track doesn't mean that this is going to be what you're doing forever. It doesn't mean that this has to be what is your $1 million idea. Being on the right track, in my mind, really just means showing up, having faith, being hopeful, and trusting that no matter what it looks like to you, you're on the right track regardless. Now, if you are on the right track, we do have some signs for you, but I just wanted to give that disclaimer because I know a lot of people are going to see, oh my God, I want to know if I'm on the right track. And you are so insecure. If I tell you you're on the right track, it's not even gonna matter, and if God tells you you're on the right track, it's not gonna matter, because that's one of the signs you're on track. God has told you. You've seen it in your dreams. You've seen synchronicities. You know what you know. So let's go ahead and get into the signs, but I just wanted to say that first. If you are in desperate need of confirmation all the time and validation all the time, and what God gives you is not enough, then you need to seek help, and find some other way to deal with that. Because in reality, God has always given us confirmation. We just have to look at it and listen to it. And even if you feel like you're not getting it, you can say, Lord, give me confirmation. God, show me a sign. Let me know I'm on the right track. And I guarantee you will get it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into these signs. So the first thing that I have, signs and confirmation. That's the first way that you know you're on the right track, right? So this could be angel numbers, if it's angel numbers for you. It could be hearing a certain song. It could be seeing someone do something. It could be, it could be a whole bunch of different things, It's going to be specific to whatever your journey is. I have a journey that I feel is very unconventional. I know it's going to continue to be unconventional. And I think that when I see other people who have similar journeys that were maybe all over the place, or it took them a long time to get where they were supposed to be, or maybe they were also in, healing work like I am, in their path, they had to trust, different intuitive things. Like the alchemist, the story of the alchemist was so powerful and really, really, really spoke to me, because when you're on this journey of mystic healing and fulfilling your spiritual purpose, it can feel a lot of the times like you're just going from one sign to another sign to another sign. And that really is the truth of it. So when you're on the right track, you're going to have a lot of signs and a lot of confirmation, especially when you're in the moments you need it the most. You're going to have a lot of signs and a lot of confirmation. Also, you're going to be seeing people that you admire succeed. So this is definitely something that I experienced when I knew that I was on the right track, because when you're on the right track, you're going to be attracting successful people. You're going to be attracting blessings in your life, but also in the blessings of other people's lives as well. And you're also going to feel differently, where maybe once upon a time when you saw somebody else getting their blessing, maybe you felt some type of way, or it made you start getting anxious or wondering where yours was coming or what have you. Whereas now, when you see people that you admire, that inspire you, when you see them elevating, you get happy, you get excited, you next, you feel good. So that's a way that you're on the right track. When you are feeling good about people, getting what they need at the finish line, when you feel good about seeing the people that you love succeed and do great things and expand, when you're just absorbing and attracting more positive energy rather than negative energy, you're on the right track. Because when you're not on the right track, you'll scroll right past a bunch of happy stuff and soak up all the negative stuff that you see, all the issues that you see, all the problems that you see. You'll even distract yourself with more negativity when you're not on the right track. And I don't want to say not on the right track, because it's not like you can you can go down a path to nothing, but I think that there's not like you're either right or you're wrong, because you can be on a path that you're not supposed to be on and then get on your aligned path. But again, it's about being in the moment. And even if you're right where you're supposed to be, if you're feeling negative, if you're feeling, anxious, if you're doubting yourself, if you're feeling like, well, everybody has this, when am I going to get mine? When you see people succeeding, when you're like, dang, well, how they got theirs and I didn't get mine yet? That's a sign that you're not where you need to be mentally. Your mind is not on the right track, because you should be seeing that and getting excited. You should see that and know that yours is coming up. Okay, so that is how you're going to know how you feel when you see people, stepping into different things. And also, the fact that you're able to attract that abundance in others as well. The next thing that we have is excitement, and you can feel that it's coming. So this is a really, really, really big way to tell that you're on the right track. Like when you think about you in your dream house or your dream job or your dream marriage, or when you just see yourself in your life, on your island, on your jet, changing the world, whatever you see yourself doing, instead of thinking about it and feeling stress and confusion, you'll think about it and you'll be excited about it. Like you'll be able to physically feel the wind, physically feel the gratitude, physically feel how happy and joyous you're going to be when God brings that into your life. And not coming from a place of, oh, I'm going to be happy, or oh, this is going to work out good. Coming from a place of like, wow, I know this is on the way. What do I need to do? How can I prepare? What needs to happen so I can be ready to step into this? So if you've manifested something, you can tell when it's on the way, you're getting excited about it. Like just like if you've been manifesting and trying to get a car, and the first car that you test drove, you knew it was going to be your car, but you test drove it and you just felt yourself in it when you were in it. Or if you're looking for your first apartment and you start to go looking at apartments and you start to get excited and feel that you're going to be in that space soon, that's how you know you're on the right track, because you're starting to believe it. And if you can see it, if you can feel it, then you can believe it and bring it into your reality. It's really, really that simple. So when you start to feel excited about it, you can really feel in your bones the space that you're going to be stepping into. Next, of course, you believe it no matter what. You believe it no matter what. And this is a really, really big thing. If you only believe in yourself when things are going good, or when there's not no problems, or when you're having a good day, then that's how you know your mind is not on the right track. Because no matter what God brings to you, you're going to feel some type of way about it. Like, let's say, for example, someone has been waiting for a chance to move, out of state, and their job says, hey, we're opening up this new office and we want you to open it. Somebody that's been ready for that, whose mind is on the right track, they might be asking, well, this person got a promotion at the current office. Why am I the one that has to move? And I don't have the money to move yet, and I'm not ready to move yet. I just thought about moving next week, and now I have to move. I'm not prepared to move. I don't have this. I don't have this. Versus someone else that sees this opportunity and they're like, oh my God, thank you, God. Thank you for bringing me this opportunity. Thank you for giving me exactly what I've been asking for. I just thought about this and God has blessed me with it already. I know I'm doing the right thing, and the only difference between those two mindsets is the mindset. That's it. You have to decide that this is going to happen for you no matter what, no matter how it has to happen, no matter who needs to be moved around, no matter what needs to change. You have to trust and believe that it's on the way and that it's going to happen for you. And when you believe in what you're doing, no matter what, that's when you know you're on the right track. Because even if you have that doubt, you should still know in your heart that it's going to be okay. Sometimes I might doubt myself or question myself, or I'm not really sure how things are going to work out, but in my spirit and in my bones, I know it's going to be fine. Even if I have to stress for the next 5 years, even if I don't know. And I wanted to say I don't care, but the truth is I don't care, because I can't care. I can't care about how I'm supposed to get what I'm supposed to get, because I don't have any control over that. So why would I be worried about trying to control something when I have no control over it? I don't care if God wants to bring me a blessing through a betrayal, through a bad day, through a great day, through a new friend, through losing a friend, through a great opportunity, through a bad opportunity, through whatever. Because the blessing is on the other side of that. That's what I want. And whatever happens in the middle is not really going to matter too much to me when I have what I wasn't going to be able to have unless going through that. So sometimes an opportunity might come, and that's the next thing that I have. You're going to be having opportunities that lead you straight to where you need to be. That's also how you know you're on the right track. When you get a job that helps you meet a person that invites you to a party, and then at the party you meet this person that helps you do this, like when everything is falling into place and you can see in your life that the chess pieces are being moved around for you, that's when you know that you are on the right track. And sometimes those chess pieces look like you losing your terrible job, you getting divorced from your terrible husband or your terrible wife, a child that maybe, like if you had a kid that was staying with you that needed some extra help or attention, them maybe being able to go stay somewhere else, or you're able to get somebody else in your home, that can help them out a little bit more. It may mean that you have to get surgery because you never take a break, and now something's come up and you have to get this quick surgery and have a couple weeks off of work, and you would have never had your break off work if you wouldn't have did that. And because you took the week off work, you were able to go online and see something that you never saw before, and that sends you on your path to fulfill your purpose. When you are on the right track, things are going to happen like that. Everything is going to be working for your good. Everything, like the good, the bad, the ups and downs, it's all going to be leading you piece by piece to where you need to be. And also, if you look back over your life, you should be able to see, I was in this, but it brought me here. I was here, it brought me here. I was here, but it brought me here. And when you're able to see that and recognize that, that makes you feel more comfortable and more confident knowing that you're on the right track. Because you can look back in your life and say, oh my God, when I first did this, I had no clue, and I didn't know this, I didn't know this, but look at what's come from it. Look at how I've grown. Even if you can say, oh my God, I didn't even know if I was gonna make it through that. And you've made it through because you're right here. So clearly you've made it through, so all of those things let you know that you're on the right track and you're moving towards the right purpose. Again, just going back to that faith, it's just super, super, super important to believe no matter what, because the point of being on the right track, you have to know you're on the right track. Even if God comes in your dreams and says, yes, my child, you still have to know, because some people will say, God sends me a sign, and I'm like, I need another sign, or I need a signier sign. And that's, just us feeding in too much to our humanity, like the human part of us that we feed into the wrong part of the humanity. Our humanity should not make us feel insecure or doubtful. Our humanity should make us recognize that the world is not perfect and be okay whether we have ups and downs in the physical world, because we know spiritually we have our own back. The human energy that we're supposed to embrace, the humanity we're supposed to embrace, when people talk about balance between the physical and the spiritual world, it's not giving up. It's not saying the world is out of my control, there's nothing I can do, so fuck it. That's not what it is. It's recognizing that you do have control, that you do have a choice, that you do have something that you can do to switch up where you are and put you on a path of being where you want to be, no matter what you see in the physical. And it also helps you understand that the physical isn't always going to be perfect. So you don't always have to hold the physical to a high expectation. You can just relax in your humanity and know that whatever is going to happen, whether it's going to rain, whether your job is going to be closed, whether this is going to happen, is totally out of your control. And that's something that we should relax in, because it's a blessing to not have to figure everything out for yourself. You really, really don't. You know, how many of us have job ideas, or we met the person that we wanted to meet, or we've had amazing things come into our life and it wasn't our idea in the first place. We had no clue how it was going to happen, or we just didn't have anything to do with it. It was strictly God bringing whatever we needed to have into our lives. So we want to embrace the best part of our humanity that allows us to just, accept obstacles, accept challenges, fail, fall down, make mistakes the hard way, whatever it may look like, because that spiritual energy in you is going to be able to nurture and help you through those things. And that's the balance. You don't want to have your spiritual side just be affirmations, and the rest of that you're just dying in your humanity. You want to remind yourself that, yes, this is my human experience, yes, this is my physical experience, but I can learn this, I can learn this, I can learn this, and all of these things will help me get to where I need to be at the finish line. Also, being confused, but also feeling protected and having things work out for you. So this is something else too. It kind of piggybacks off of the last reason, but when you're on the right track, when you're feeling confused and doubtful and afraid, that's when things will happen. That's when things will happen. And the only difference between someone that's just afraid and nothing comes through versus someone that's afraid and they get their breakthrough is because you just need a little bit of hope, a little bit of faith beneath that fear. And if you have that, you're going to step into what you need to step into. So if you're in a space where you're confused and you're like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get this money. And God's like, you don't have to figure out how to get the money. I'm going to give you the money. If you say, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do for a job, you don't have to go out and find a job and apply to 300 places. I'm going to bring you the job. And that's not to say we just sit down and don't do anything, but that's how you know you're on the right track, when you get a lot of blessings and when things come into your life and you don't really have to do much. And it takes time to get to a point where you're able to manifest things very easily and say, you know what, Lord, I need $200 to pay this phone bill tomorrow. I'm gonna get it $200. I don't know how, but I know I'm gonna get it. And you just get it, And even though you might be on your phone like, Lord, I don't know if it's gonna be on tomorrow, but I feel like I'm gonna get this $200. Even if you are, even if your human side is still awake and saying, girl, we need this money, your spiritual side is saying, it's fine, it's okay, it's good. And that's what makes you feel like, oh, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to come through. Like that breath of fresh air that we experience when we finally get something that we've been waiting on. Like that's literally what most of us are chasing. And you'll be able to experience that a lot if you're on the right track. And I often tell people that confusion is never going to go away, no matter what stage you are in your business. You may always second guess or be confused or not really know how something is going to come together. But the most important thing is to just trust and believe and have faith and know that it's going to work out. And even if that's something that you have to remind yourself of all the time, remind yourself of that. Because when you're able to follow up a moment of confusion or frustration with, but I believe, I know it's going to work out, that is what opens the doors for you to step into new blessings, even in those uncomfortable spaces. And the last thing is that you'll be getting more and more comfortable not knowing what the fuck is going on. When you're in a space where you're so consumed with figuring everything out, having control, knowing what's going to happen, knowing this, it's easy to fall out of being on the right track or just feel like you're not on the right track or get disconnected from your purpose because you're so focused on solving the problem. When in reality, we might not be able to solve the problem. You may not know where that second job is coming from. You may have no idea. You may have no clue how you're going to pay for school. You may have no clue how you're going to get this job or fix this car or do this. You may have no idea. But when you're able to be at peace, even though you don't know, that's when you know you're on the right track for real, because that is a gift of people that are experienced with working with God and just experience with how life works. Sometimes life is going to be up, sometimes it's going to be down. Sometimes we're going to come across issues that we cannot solve, and it does us no good to just spend all of our time focusing on this problem and this solution until we can finally figure it out. You may have a problem that you don't really understand why that was a problem for you until 5 years later or 6 years later. There's so many different reasons why we experience things, and as you grow, you unlock different things within you. So it doesn't make sense to worry or stress about something when you don't even know if you're going to have a baby to figure out the answer, if you're going to have to open your own business to figure out the answer. Some people may say, oh, I feel like I'm supposed to help people, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to do that. And that might be a question that you may have when you're very, very young, and you might not really see the answer until you lose 3 jobs and you land the job where you're helping everybody and you're following your purpose. And you're like, oh my God, this answers that question that I had all those years ago. We experience a lot of moments like that in life. And if you haven't yet, you just keep on living. You're going to experience more of these moments. And these things teach us to be comfortable not knowing. It teaches us to say, even though I have no clue how this is going to work out and it might not work out at all, I'm okay. Because I know if it doesn't work out, I have a solution, I can fix it. I know that when it does work out, I'm going to just be able to be at peace. And there was a a comedian, this white comedian. I can't remember what this man's name is, but I saw a clip of one of his interviews or whatever on Instagram the other day, and he basically was saying, like, why make yourself miserable wondering if something is going to work out? If it doesn't work out, then just deal with it when it doesn't work out, but don't make yourself miserable all the time. Like, don't make yourself miserable right now wondering why this doesn't work out or what is going to happen with this. Don't be miserable right now. Don't choose misery. You're choosing misery when you're just choosing to spend all of your time focused on this solution or figuring out this question or whatever, what have you, when in reality, that might not be something that you're even ready to understand. You might not even see how that unfolds until years and years and years later down the line. And when you learn that, you're able to be calm, cool, and collected when you don't know how things are going to work out, when you're confused, and this is what attracts solutions. Because when you have solutions, you're at peace, you're comfortable, you're not stressing, you're not checking your phone every 15 minutes, you're not scrolling, trying to distract yourself from your anxiety or whatever you may do to distract yourself from what you're feeling. You're not doing that. You're able to really be comfortable and know that whatever you need, whatever you're looking for, whatever you're missing, that it's on the way, even if you have no clue how it's coming in. And that is definitely how you know you're on the right track, because you can recognize that this is how things happened in the past and this is how it's always going to be. Sometimes we have to be confused to have something great unfold for us to be like, okay, I don't even need to know what's going on to be blessed. Isn't that such a gift that you don't even have to know what the hell is happening to step into blessings? Like, that's the true tea. So yes, guys, those are a couple of ways of, just knowing that you're on the right track. I hope this brought up some different perspectives for you to just think about how you want to move forward and also how you feel about your own journey, where you feel your stress and your confusion, how you can release some of that and just be open to kind of allowing things to fall into place, how you can switch up your perspective and your view of how you view things and feel about things to just let that guide you to a space where you're more open to however things may come into your life. As always, guys, you can check down below in the description box to view my podcast, shop with me, book with me, work with me, connect with me, all that and then some. I love you guys and appreciate y'all, and let me know if there are some things that I mentioned in this video that you've experienced that have made you feel like, yes, I know for a fact I am on the right track because I've been feeling this. So yes, guys, I hope this helps you feel more connected to where you're going. I love y'all as always, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bless.